Hi again, everybody. Miss Tiffany here with a story for you. This week, a lot of my stories, or all my stories, have to do with plants, flowers, or blooming. The book I have today is a nonfiction book. So this is an information book about plants and flowers. So if you're doing some planting at home, and maybe you were curious about some things about how seeds grow or plants get bigger, maybe this book will help answer some of those questions for you. And the title of this nonfiction book is called Plant Life Cycles. So on this cover, there's a big flower. So maybe your family has planted flowers. Maybe they've planted vegetables. Maybe they haven't planted anything. That's fine. And maybe you're just curious about seeds and plants and flowers, because even if you walk around your neighborhood, you can see lots of new things growing. That happens a lot in springtime. So let's see what this book is going to teach us. Plant life cycles. Oh, this book has a table of contents. I love when my books have a table of contents. So the table of contents in this book have all the different pages where you can find different information about plants and growing and life cycles. So this says packet of life, life unfolding, flowers, show what you know. And at the end of the book, there's two things that you sometimes find in nonfiction books. One is a glossary that helps you learn about what different words in the book might mean. And the last page is an index. We'll check those out. Don't you worry. An index can tell you where to find certain things in the book. Similar to a table of contents, but a little bit different, you'll see. Oh, here it says packet of life, just like it said in the table of contents. Every little thing begins, can reproduce, and dies. In many plants, this life cycle begins with a seed. These to me look like sunflower seeds. This book asks you questions too. It asks you, have you ever planted seeds? I know a lot of kids in my preschool class in their time at home have been planting seeds. A seed holds the beginnings of a plant's first roots, stem, and leaves. This says a tiny plant waits inside each seed. A seed is ready to grow. Roots begin to grow. Roots grow bigger. Now a stem begins to grow. And then look, here's the tiny seed that has roots, a stem, and now it has leaves on top. Some plants begin from a bulb. That's what this is. Does this look familiar? You might have this in your refrigerator. It says an onion plant begins from a bulb. It's an onion. Bulbs grow roots, stems, and leaves too. So if you had an onion in your fridge, maybe it would start to grow. Another onion plant. I don't know. That's a good experiment you could try. Life unfolding. The tiny plant grows. Roots make a strong base. See those roots going down? They take in water and nutrients from the soil. So roots are really important. They give our plants water and nutrients in the soil. Nutrients is kind of the things that make sure the plant is healthy. The first shoot becomes a strong stem. The stem carries water and nutrients to the plant and holds up the leaves. Leaves grow from plant stems. Stems are just as important as the roots, it seems. Leaves use sunlight, air, and water to make food for the plant. So the leaves are really important too. I tell my kids this at school a lot because sometimes it can be really hard not to want to pick the leaves off bushes and trees. But the leaves are so important because they are the ones that use the sunlight, the air, and water to make food for the plant. Leaves are food factories for plants. So even if you see some cool leaves, try not to pick them off the plants. Look on the ground and maybe you'll find some that blew off or fell off. But I always try to teach my kids at school not to pick the leaves off the trees. Flowers. Some plants make flowers. Plants make seeds inside their flowers. So this is a marigold flower, and inside the marigold flower are the marigold seeds. It doesn't look the same because these seeds don't really come out until the flowers died. When they are ready, some seeds fall to the ground. Animals or the wind will carry other seeds to new places to grow. The wind blows dandelion seeds to a new place. I bet a lot of you are going to start seeing these now. We have some in our yard that already look like this. So dandelions start yellow, and then after they're done being a flower and they're ready to spread their seeds, they turn into these white puffy balls. So you might blow them, the wind may blow them, and then they spread their seeds around to make more dandelions for the bees and the butterflies to collect their pollen. At the end of the life cycle, plants die, their bodies decay, and new plants will grow in their place. So this is called a life cycle. And this is a life cycle of an oak tree. We have a lot of oak trees in Connecticut. So this is an acorn and it's sprouting. And then a tiny baby oak tree starts to grow. And then the tree grows bigger and all the leaves start growing. And then the tree makes flowers and acorns. And after many, many years, the tree dies. An oak tree can live for a really long time though. Lots and lots of years. Ooh, this is Show What You Know. So here's some questions about the nonfiction book. How does each plant part help the plant grow? What role do flowers play in a plant's life cycle? And can you think of some plants that grow from bulbs? And this is the glossary. The glossary tells you the meaning of some words. So one of the words I wanted to talk about was nutrients. We talk about nutrients. So this says nutrients, minerals and other chemicals in the soil that are needed by plants to stay healthy and grow. So just like the food we eat gives us nutrients, the soil is the food that plants eat and it needs nutrients too. Just like our healthy food we eat gives us nutrients. So there's the glossary. It has all these definitions of different words: bulb, decay, life cycle, nutrients, reproduce, roots, shoot, and stem. And the last page has our index. So if you wanted to see what page talked about seeds, you could find the word seeds, and all the page numbers that have information about seeds is listed next to it. This gives you places on your computer you can look for more information. And this is the woman who wrote the book. So that is my non-fiction plant book for you this week about life cycles and how plants grow. One more for you later. So make sure you come back and check that out. And we'll see you next time. Bye.